Welcome back to Halloween Horror Reviews 2024, and man, I cannot believe that we are already midway through the month. I mean, it is just absolutely crazy just thinking that I feel like I just uploaded my review of Resident Evil Afterlife, and we are now halfway reviewing this particular film. I just want to say really quick, I hope you guys are having a great time with this year's reviews because, man, doing this year's reviews has been such a freaking blast. It's not even funny. I mean, I keep saying that, and I have been saying that throughout each of Halloween Horror Reviews, but genuinely, guys, this year's reviews have been so freaking great. I'm going to keep saying that. I guarantee in the future when I keep doing this, but guys, genuinely, I really hope you guys are having a great time because I am having such a great time. And to say that, by the way, that I'm very excited to be talking about this particular movie is kind of an understatement. With this year's reviews, there are, if I'm not mistaken, 3 movies that were first-time watches. And guess what, guys? This is the first of the 3. And man, I am happy that this particular movie is the one that I have the first watch for out of the 3. But anyway, moving on to today's review, I'm here to talk about 1993's Braindead, directed by Peter Jackson and his third directorial outing. I know this was also known as Dead Alive here in the US, but I'm going to call it Braindead because Braindead just sounds like a core title. Although Dead Alive, I imagine maybe was more marketable in the US, but come on, Braindead just seems like the right title for this review. In Braindead, we follow a character named Lionel, portrayed by Timothy Baum, who lives in essentially this mansion, this big house with this very dominating mother who's quite evil. And then one day when Lionel, his date, and his mother happen to be at the zoo, his mother gets bitten by a cursed rat monkey that causes her to not only get infected, then to die, and then to come back as a zombie. And then from there on out, I would say what happens afterwards to pitch it to you guys, but simply put, guys, what we have here is one of the most fun and one of the goriest movies out there. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future video, whether it's a future review, a future reaction, whatever I have coming your way, or my future reviews for this year's Halloween Horror Reviews, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to miss the cool shit I have coming your way. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, welcome back. You have no idea how ecstatic I am to see your faces once again. Also, let's start a conversation below in the comment section below. What do you guys think of Braindead? Have you seen the film? Have you not seen the film? Let me know below. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Braindead. Damien! Oh my fucking god. This movie was recommended to me by, as you guys can imagine, Mr. Garrison and my buddy Drum. They were both saying that, dude, knowing how much you love bad taste, you need to see Braindead because this is a movie that is gory and you're probably gonna have a great time. But get ready for one scene. It will be one of the goriest things you have ever seen. The demonic possession genre in terms of horror films are the horror films I have the most soft spot for, but at the same time, I also love me a good gory zombie film. And to say this movie is a good time, I mean, bloody good time isn't quite the right term. It's not really the right thing I'd use to describe how much of a great time I have with Braindead. Like, this is one of those movies that genuinely, guys, this is one of those movies, guys, that you need to grab all of your friends that happen to love gory movies and zombie films. And especially if you're a fan of Peter Jackson like myself, grab all of your friends together, sit down, put this movie on your big screen TV, and get ready for one of the most over-the-top, bonkers and gory movies you'll probably see. This movie came out in 1993, just a couple of months after I was born. I'm actually older than this movie. When it comes down to the performances, there's only two here I'm going to be talking about here. One of them is Timothy Baum, who portrays Lionel. He has such a fun performance, and his body language during the slapstick comedy sequences had me wheezing. I was laughing so hard. And not to mention as well, he generally does have some great dramatic moments. Another actor who I must mention, that is Stuart Davini, who portrays a preacher, the father. He has a scene, one of the best scenes of the entire film. I'm gonna do essentially a pitch to you guys now. Imagine this. A preacher that knows martial arts. This was a scene that had so many audible reactions as I was watching this movie.
I kick ass for the Lord!
The next thing that I gotta talk about, and as y'all can imagine, knowing I'm a big fan of the filmmaker, Peter Jackson's directing. Before he made Lord of the Rings, he was known for making splatter horror movies like this. Horror comedies with just buckets and buckets upon gallons of blood. Peter Jackson's directing throughout BRAINDEAD is so kinetic. It's full of so much energy, the way how he moves the camera, and just a sense of fun he puts this movie. I mean, sure, are there some dramatic moments that I would call more soap opera moments, which I'll get into later on? Yes, sure, but at the same time, this is a movie where Peter Jackson infuses so much energy, so much style, his black comedy, macabre style of humor, the non-stop blood gags, the practical effects, gore, which I'm gonna get into that later on too, because oh my god, Peter Jackson directed the hell out of this movie, and I cannot believe that once again he went from making these movies to these movies. It blows my mind the range that Peter Jackson has as a filmmaker. One of the highlights of BRAINDEAD is without a doubt the practical effects, makeup, and the gore. You want to talk about one of the goriest and one of the bloodiest films possibly ever made? Look no further than BRAINDEAD. Remember how I mentioned in my review of the remake of Dawn that how there was a zombie baby and how disturbing that was? There's a zombie baby in BRAINDEAD. And this little bugger is one of the funniest things I have seen. I like to think that I have a very strong stomach when it comes to gore. This is one of the rare movies that, due to the gore, I actually just went... Okay. There were bits where the gore genuinely got me and had me almost gagging a couple of times, like, oh my god. This movie is just hysterical. There are so many scenes, especially if you love black comedy like myself, or just macabre humor in general. There are many sequences in this movie that genuinely caught me off guard. And by the way, it's not just the black comedy or just the macabre humor in general, but the slapstick comedy had me laughing so freaking hard. This movie just has scenes where they just go for it. That's the best way I can describe it. This movie just has scenes where they go for it, and because they really just went for it, it had me laughing my ass off. Had this movie not existed, I would have possibly had not seen a scene that involved a main character with a zombie baby in a park. Enough said. It's just that freaking fun. It really, really is. It wouldn't feel right talking in this movie if I didn't at least give a brief mention to this scene. Now, of course, no spoilers, but guys, look out for a scene where our main character uses a lawnmower.
Happy parents, you old fuck!
When it comes down to my issues for BRAINDEAD, there's only one thing that I can really think of. This is me really reaching for an issue. The romance in this movie, I just didn't buy it, and I don't know if it was meant to be as soap opera as it was. I don't know if that was the actual intent. The romance just didn't quite work for me. So overall, Brain Dead, simply put, is bloody, it's over the top, it's bonkers as hell, but holy crap, this movie is such a freaking blast. If you're a gore hound, if you love zombie movies, and if you're a big Peter Jackson fan, or just all three of those things combined, watch this movie, and believe me guys, you'll be in for one of the most fun and gory movies that you'll probably see. All in all, I'm gonna give Brain Dead a 4 out of 5. This movie is just such an awesome time. Grab your buddies, grab your popcorn, grab your soda pop, and get ready for a bloody fucking good time. I hope you enjoyed my review of Brain Dead. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike the review, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 videos, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review of Halloween Horror Movies 2024 goes live, I'll see you all next time.